Are NYC broker commission rebates legal? We'll demystify the following topic in this video. My name is Chris at Hauseit. Hauseit is the largest assisted for sale by owner and buyer agent commission rebate company in New York City, established 2014. As an NYC home buyer who may have just heard about the concept of a broker commission rebate, you're likely asking yourself, are NYC broker commission rebates legal? Fortunately, buyer broker commission rebates in NYC are fully legal. In addition, broker commission rebates are not generally considered to be taxable income. So, are buyer commission rebates legal in NYC? Broker commission rebates in NYC are 100% legal, despite what you may hear from traditional buyer's agents and NYC listing agents. New York is one of 40 states where receiving a broker commission rebate is permissible and encouraged by law. Specifically in New York City, broker commission rebates are 100% legal as per the real property law, which governs the state's property market. Real estate commission rebates are actively promoted by New York's Attorney General and Antitrust Division as a means of increasing competition in the real estate industry and ultimately reducing overall real estate commissions when buying and selling real estate in New York City. Broker commission rebates are rare in NYC because they are rarely offered by traditional real estate agents who are used to representing buyers without offering any discounts. If you ask a traditional agent about buyer agent commission rebates in NYC, she or he will likely first say that rebates are illegal. If you point out that rebates are actually legal, a traditional agent will most likely refuse to offer anything for a rebate. Because the topic of broker commission rebates is a highly divisive subject among brokers in NYC, it's especially important to make sure that any rebate you're receiving from your buyer's agent is discreet. After all, how can you expect a veteran listing agent to treat your offer fairly versus other offers if the agent is offended that you will be taking away some of his or her commission from the deal? Will a seller be open to negotiating as much on the price if they realize that they are basically paying you commission as the buyer? How much can you save with a broker commission rebate in NYC? The typical buyer agent commission rebate in NYC is $40,000 or more for a $2 million purchase. On a $1 million home, the size of a broker commission rebate can reach $20,000 or more. Requesting a buyer agent commission rebate is a great way to reduce your buyer closing costs, including the mansion tax. The exact size of your buyer broker commission rebate depends on the listing's specific commission structure, as well as the rebate percentage offered by your buyer's agent. How does a buyer broker commission rebate work in NYC? A buyer broker commission rebate is a discount paid to a buyer which comes out of the pre-negotiated commission amount a seller agrees to pay at closing. Sellers in NYC typically agree to pay a fixed commission of, say, 6%, which is intended to be split equally between the listing agent and a buyer's agent. If the total commission is 6% and the buyer's agent has agreed to rebate the buyer 2/3 of what they earn, the buyer will receive a discount of 2/3 of 3%, which is 2%. Where in the law does it say that NYC broker commission rebates are legal? Broker commission rebates are legal in NYC as per Section 442 of the New York Real Property Law, Article 12A. As per the excerpt below, broker commission rebates in NYC are fully legal, and there is absolutely no limit on the amount or types of incentives a NYC real estate salesperson, associate broker, or broker can offer to his or her client as a means of securing a client's business. Quote, "Nothing in this section shall prohibit a real estate broker from offering any part of a fee, commission, or other compensation received by the broker to the seller, buyer, landlord, or tenant who is buying, selling, exchanging, leasing, renting, or negotiating a loan upon any real estate, including the resale of a condominium or cooperative apartment. Such fee, commission, or other compensation must not be made to the seller, buyer, landlord, or tenant for performing any activity requiring a license under this article." End quote. Source: New York State Real Property Law, Section 442, amended December 2014. New York's former Attorney General, Eric Schneiderman, issued an open letter to the New York real estate community in 2015 specifically encouraging them to offer NYC broker commission rebates. In the excerpt below, you can see that the Attorney General makes multiple references to the fact that broker commission rebates are fully legal and encouraged in the city. Quote, "In December, a statute was signed into law amending Section 442 of the New York Real Property Law to make it completely clear that it is lawful for a broker to pass through or rebate part of his or her commission to the client. This legislation arises out of an investigation by my office into competition in the residential real estate brokerage industry. As of December's legislative fix, there is no room for debate. Commission rebating in New York State is legal. Such rebating is also pro-competitive and good for consumers. I encourage all real estate brokers and salespersons in New York to consider enhancing the choices available to real estate buyers by offering lower commissions by means of a rebate to some of or all of your clients. Source: open letter from Attorney General Eric Schneiderman to the New York real estate broker industry dated April 20th, 2015. The full text of the New York Attorney General's letter regarding broker commission rebates is below. April 20th, 2015. Dear participant in New York's real estate industry, I am writing to alert you to a recent change in New York State's real property law that is strongly supported by my office. This law has the potential to breathe new life into competition in the residential real estate brokerage industry to the benefit of all New Yorkers. I urge you to take advantage of this law and help reinvigorate price competition among real estate brokers in New York. In December, a statute was signed into law amending Section 442 of the New York Real Property Law to make it completely clear that it is lawful for a broker to pass through or rebate part of his or her commission to the client. This legislation arose out of an investigation by my office into competition in the residential real estate brokerage industry. My office worked together with the New York Department of State, the New York State Association of Realtors, and others in the industry to initiate the clarifying legislation. As you know, for most residential real estate sales in New York State, including New York City, the seller's broker is usually compensated by receiving a contractually set commission from the seller. The buyer's broker, however, is not typically paid by the buyer. He or she instead receives a fraction, often half, of the seller broker's commission. Due to this payment structure, often the best way for a buyer's broker to compete on price is to offer to rebate part of his or her commission to the buyer. Such buyer rebates are legal in most states, including New York. But until recently, some people in the industry may have read Section 442 to suggest that this type of rebating was not permitted in New York. As of December's legislative fix, there is no room for debate. Commission rebating in New York State is legal. Such rebating is also pro-competitive and good for consumers. One reason my office helped initiate this legislative change was because we were concerned that confusion over the legality of rebating may be hindering efforts of real estate brokers to employ more innovative, consumer-friendly business models. For example, the widespread use of sophisticated real estate search websites now allows buyer-side brokers to offer more limited service, lower fee models, under which clients do more of their own legwork when searching for properties. Brokers adopting such models can offer lower commissions by rebating and, in principle, may also be able to serve a larger number of clients. I encourage all real estate brokers and salespersons in New York to consider enhancing the choices available to real estate buyers by offering lower commissions by means of rebates to some or all of your clients. I also emphasize that my office will investigate any allegations of boycotting or discrimination against brokers engaged in rebating or other lawful discounting practices. Finally, I urge consumers and other buyers of real estate in New York to take note of your right to bargain with your broker for a lower commission. For the text of Section 442 highlighting the recent amendment and additional information about competition in the real estate industry in New York, see my office's Antitrust Bureau webpage. Sincerely, Eric T. Schneiderman, Attorney General, State of New York. Source: open letter from Attorney General Eric Schneiderman to the New York real estate broker industry dated April 20th, 2015. Buyer broker commission rebates were legalized in New York as a result of the New York AG's investigation into the lack of competition in the New York real estate brokerage market. The investigation was triggered as a response to NYC commission rates remaining steadfast at 5 to 6% despite falling commission rates around the country and significantly lower commissions in London than NYC. Under the traditional NYC commission structure, sellers agree to pay 6% in total commission no matter what. This arrangement effectively encourages the use of two agents in every deal, a listing agent and a buyer's agent. As a result, a buyer effectively pays for the services of a buyer's agent even though he or she does not choose to be represented. The Attorney General Office concluded that the best way and the most efficient way to reduce commissions in NYC was to permit buyer-broker commission rebates. Legalizing rebates has a much quicker impact to reducing transaction costs compared to trying to change the traditional seller commission structure, which has been in NYC for decades and won't disappear anytime soon. What is a NYC broker commission rebate? As a buyer in NYC, you may have heard that services of a so-called buyer's agent are free. But you may be asking, if my buyer's agent is free, who pays the bill? And what is a New York City real estate commission rebate? How does a real estate rebate save me money? A NYC broker commission rebate is a cash rebate offered to a home buyer from his or her NYC buyer's agent as an incentive for working with them on the home purchase. A buyer agent commission rebate is simply a much larger closing gift versus your typical bottle of wine or box of chocolates that a buyer's agent offers his or her client at closing. To better understand what rebates are, how they work, and how you can request one when buying in NYC, let's take a step back and look at how a typical sale in NYC works. Step 1. A seller hires an NYC listing agent and signs a 6% exclusive right to sell listing agreement. In signing this contract, the seller agrees to pay a total of 6% commission when the property sells. If you as the buyer are unrepresented and have no buyer's agent, the seller pays the entire 6% commission to the listing agent. If you are working with a buyer's agent, the listing agent will split the commission equally so that the seller pays 3% commission to the listing agent and 3% commission to your buyer's agent. The key takeaway here is that sellers typically pay the same amount of commission regardless of whether a buyer's agent is involved in your deal alongside the listing agent. If you are unrepresented, the listing agent will simply collect both sides of the commission and the seller will not save any money. Because the seller pays the commission bill for your buyer's agent and you won't achieve a lower sale price by being unrepresented, hiring a buyer's agent is a no-brainer. Step 2. You hire a buyer's agent to help you with your purchase. Your buyer's agent offers several services to help streamline the overall deal process. The typical services provided by a New York City buyer's agent include the following: helping you search for listings, answering your questions about specific buildings and units, preparing pricing analysis for the listings you are interested in, implementing a negotiation strategy, reviewing and assembling your co-op board package. Now here's where the real estate commission rebate concept comes into play. If you hire a traditional buyer's agent who does not offer a rebate, your agent will collect his or her commission check at closing and walk away. If you are lucky, however, your traditional buyer's agent will buy you a box of chocolates or a bottle of wine as a token of gratitude for you essentially sending them a deal worth tens of thousands of dollars. On the other hand, if you requested a real estate commission rebate, your buyer's agent will write you a check at closing for a portion of the commission that he or she earned on the deal. While it's certainly not permissible for a broker or salesperson to split a commission with an unlicensed party, brokers and salespeople are fully permitted and encouraged by the law to offer commission rebates, cash or otherwise, to their actual customers, buyers and renters. Why should a NYC home buyer work with a buyer's agent? When searching for a property in NYC, home buyers are presented with two options. They can either choose to search on their own and then work directly with the listing agent for a particular property. Alternatively, NYC home buyers can work with a buyer's agent throughout the search. Typical NYC buyer agent responsibilities include everything from the initial search through to submitting offers, negotiating, preparing an NYC co-op board package, and guiding the overall deal to closing. There are two compelling reasons to hire a buyer's agent in NYC as opposed to being unrepresented. They are the following: receive a NYC broker commission rebate. Requesting an NYC broker commission rebate is an automatic way to save money when buying in NYC. The best part about receiving a commission rebate is that it's an automatic discount, which is on top of whatever other pricing concessions you negotiate with the seller. If you work directly with the listing agent, you're simply handing all of the commission to the listing agent without receiving any direct monetary savings to benefit yourself. Requesting an NYC broker commission rebate will also save you from the risks of working directly with the listing agent under a dual agency arrangement. Buyer's agent representation in NYC is free. Buyers don't pay anything to have professional representation. Sellers in NYC pay 100% of all real estate commissions, including the percentage commission which is paid to buyer's agent. In addition, there's almost always zero benefit to an unrepresented buyer in terms of getting a lower sale price by being unrepresented. This is because virtually all NYC home sellers sign an exclusive right to sell listing agreement with his or her listing agent, obligating the seller to pay 6% commission no matter what. So if you are unrepresented, the full commission just goes to the listing agent as opposed to being split with your buyer's agent. Well, I save more money on my purchase by being unrepresented than by requesting a rebate. Because of the way NYC commissions are structured, unrepresented buyers almost never benefit from a lower purchase price simply because they are unrepresented. This is because sellers typically agree to pay the same 6% in real estate commissions even if no buyer's agent is involved in the deal. The only thing that's up for debate is how that 6% will be split. It will either be 100% kept by the listing agent if the buyer is unrepresented, or shared 50-50 with the buyer's agent. Even if a listing agent claims that the seller will pay less in commission if you are unrepresented, there is no way to prove how much less commission the seller will pay or if this is even true at all. This is because a seller's commission structure is private and only known by the seller and the listing agent. There's also no way for you to guarantee that any seller commission savings will be passed on to you in the form of a lower purchase price. Because a seller's commission structure in NYC is not openly disclosed, it's impossible for you as the buyer to measure the size of the alleged discount you'd receive as an unrepresented buyer and ensure that you are actually receiving it. On top of that, a typical NYC real estate commission rebate will almost always dwarf the amount of potential and unquantifiable savings you'd pocket by submitting an offer as a unrepresented buyer. Why chase a theoretical unquantifiable discount by being unrepresented when you can lock in an automatic and quantifiable discount by requesting an NYC broker commission rebate? Are NYC broker commission rebates available for renters as well? Given the low inventory of rentals in NYC and fierce competition for apartments, it's definitely less common to receive a broker fee rebate as a renter in New York City. There is less room for negotiation with a rental agent because he or she is likely to have a line of potential renters who won't ask for a rebate. Even though renter broker fees are highly detested and perceived as being high by renters, the reality is that after the commission split with his or her brokerage, brokers don't actually earn that much money from rentals. Commission rebates may also be unofficially not permitted by their brokerage. So there are many forces working against renters in NYC receiving any form of renter broker fee rebate. Will I be discriminated against by listing agents for receiving an NYC broker commission rebate? Broker commission rebates in NYC are highly controversial among established listing agents in NYC. While it's illegal for a broker to discriminate against innovative listing brokers and agents and buyer's agents who work for low commissions or offer rebates, the reality is that there's no way to prove that a listing agent is treating you differently. Even if you were able to somehow prove that a listing agent mistreated you because you were receiving a buyer-broker rebate, there would be no way to change the fact that another buyer walked away with your dream home. After all, broker commission rebates are a threat to the status quo and the livelihood of thousands of established agents in NYC who haven't had to offer discounts in the past. Wouldn't it be understandable for a traditional listing agent to harbor resentment against you and favor another buyer's agent or another buyer if they realize that you are working with a broker who openly offers rebates and is out to disrupt the industry? The only way to safely secure a NYC commission rebate without risking your deal altogether is to receive a discreet rebate from a traditional broker who doesn't openly advertise rebates online. All Hauseit partner brokers are independent, full-service, brand-name traditional real estate firms that never openly discount or tarnish their reputations in any way. As a result, the discrete commission rebate check you'll receive post-closing can be our little secret. How do I request an NYC broker commission rebate? First, a word of advice before you request an NYC real estate commission rebate. There are over 50,000 buyer's agents in NYC, and most of them have little or no recent deal experience. Just like in any other industry, there are seasoned professionals as well as amateurs all vying for your business. Having an experienced buyer's agent can be a tremendous asset to your deal, but partnering with an inexperienced or unprofessional buyer's agent can put your entire deal at risk. you can easily lose much more than the amount of your rebate in the form of poor buyer agent advice, which may cause you to overpay or lose your dream home altogether. So there you have it. We hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit like or subscribe. We do come out with content on a regular basis. If you have any questions or content ideas, please leave a comment below. And of course, if you're buying or selling property in New York, we can help you save up to 6% in broker commissions on the sell side through our assisted for sale by owner listing options, and up to 2% back in broker commissions on the buy side through our buyer agent commission rebates. Learn more at www.hauseit.com. The spelling is below. My name is Chris at Hauseit, and we'll see you on the next one.